What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be attempting to retrofit the headlights on my 2019 Subaru Crosstrek. I've never done this before. I have opened up my headlights before, but I've never done like a retrofit kit. So this one's going to be interesting. So bear with me and let's hop into it. Now, for those of you that don't know what a retrofit is basically on the base model, it comes with just your generic halogen headlights, where I think it was the limited or the premium, I'm not sure. It has the actual LEDs and the projectors. Essentially, that's what a retrofit is. Basically, you're taking the projector and replacing it with the halogen little assembly that you have on your halogen bulbs. It'll make more sense when I get into it. Yeah, so this is gonna be a fun one, so let's hop into it. All right, guys, so first things first, we're gonna need to take our headlights off our vehicle. So for the sake of this project, what I went ahead and did and just bought some new ones, some brand new ones to play around with, because I believe this is going to take a couple days to do, and I need my car pretty functional right now. So I went ahead and bought some of these, regular replacement ones from eBay. I think they were like 300 bucks. So these are going to be my play around ones. We're going to play around with these and get them going. All right, guys. So obviously the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the entire headlight housing wire harness. So we're going to do that right now. Alright, guys, so now the wire harness is out. Now the next step we're going to do is toss this boy in the oven. So I bet you're wondering why these aren't in the oven. So the first time I took my headlights out, I was honestly too scared to put them in the oven and do it. I know that's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to do that. But what I did here, the first time I did it, and I'm going to do it again, was I basically just used a giant box, put the headlights in there, and cut out a hole for my heat gun to go in, and basically creates like a convection oven. So it works the same way. It just has to sit in there a little bit longer, obviously, because it doesn't get as hot as an oven, but this works just fine. All right, now that we got that going, we're gonna go set our timer for 10 minutes, and we'll let it cook.
Alright guys, here we are. The headlights are completely apart. Now I know I do have some explaining to do, obviously. So I actually ran into a problem when I was heating up my headlights and taking them apart. For whatever reason, I just could not get them to come apart. What I had to end up doing was reaching out to Circuit Demon, where I got my headlight kit, and I asked them, hey, listen, I for whatever reason can't get my headlights to come apart. And they asked me, did you get some like depot aftermarket headlights? And I was like, yeah, because mine were previously painted and I kind of just wanted to start with a fresh copy. And they actually told me that these depot aftermarket headlights, apparently they use some kind of sealant, permaseal, or some kind of sealant that once it goes into the headlight, you cannot get it off. It's hard to get off. So what they told me and what they recommended to me was just to pull off my headlights, my regular OEM ones that came with the vehicle, the ones that are painted, the ones that you see here, and just use that, just because that butyl rubber is made to be heated up and taken apart. So that's what I had to end up doing. So if you run into the same problem that I did, just know, use your OEM ones. You shouldn't have a problem. But anyway, with that said, once you have them all heated up, it's been 10-15 minutes, the headlights will be extremely hot, so you want to be careful. You're going to get like a flat head, something to get your little fingers in there, and start just gently prying it apart, and the glue should just start melting apart. You should be able to just pry it right open. Now, I'm sorry again, I didn't get to film it. I was just kind of frustrated already. I just kind of wanted to get it done. So that's all you're gonna do. Like I said, get like a flat, like a flathead, a paint scraper, just something to pry it in between the seal of the headlight. Start prying it apart, and the whole thing should just gently come apart, and you'll be left with this finished product like I have here. Now, moving on from that step, this is the fun part. This is where we're going to be painting if you want. This part is optional, but what you're going to want to do is take out the 3 screws that are holding in the little black plastic piece that's in the headlight right there, and you're also going to remove these 2 screws for your signal light, because we're going to black both of those out. Again, your choice if you want to. You can completely skip this step and go straight into the retrofit if you want to, but this is your opportunity to start painting.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind.
Alright guys, so we've moved on to the next stage, which would be prepping the headlights. Now this is optional. You can keep them factory chrome, whatever you want to do. But this right here, since the headlights are open, this is your opportunity to go ahead and black everything out or paint it whatever color you wish. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'll probably do about maybe five or six coats on everything. And yeah, this thing's gonna look nice, guys, when it's finished. Alright guys, so here we are. We got the headlights put back together. I know I skipped some steps. Sometimes when you record, I don't know. When I get in the zone, I just forget to record. So here we are. I've got everything painted. I've put the signal light back. I've got everything put back together. Now what we're going to do is unbox the actual projector. Came with some demon eyes, some brackets for the demon eyes. So we'll go ahead and get into this next step. So the kit that I ordered from Circuit Demon came with the 2 projectors. I just went with an upgrade for demon eyes, just because. So here is some moldings, washers, the actual projector itself. I went ahead and got a custom honeycomb etching. I think it's gonna look really cool in there. Installing this is gonna be pretty simple. So when you have your projector, the first thing you're gonna want to do is remove this shield and this little lock ring, so we can get access to put it through the hole.
Over, you just can't breathe. Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake?
Now that we have locking ring and everything off, now's the time to add the demon eye bracket if you have one. If not, we can just go ahead and put it straight through, but I have the demon eye bracket, so I'll go ahead and put that on right now. Pretty simple, just 2 bolts, 2 holes, pre-made holes already. Sticks right there, bolted up. This is it completed. I have the demon eye right here, the bracket. So I don't know why it's not focusing, but yeah. So now we can go ahead and put it straight through the regular low beam light, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright guys, so what you're going to want to do is fish all the wires through. There's a little hole where that shield was, so we're going to stick them through there, run them out the back. Before you put it in place, you're going to want to take one of the washers, put it on the back of the threading to prevent leakage and stuff like that, and then we just put it straight on through. Alright guys, so upon trying to fit the projector in there, I came across a problem to where the back end wasn't fitting all the way through. So what we're going to have to do is just Dremel down some of this backing part. So all you're going to do is take a rotary tool, and we'll go ahead and file it down just a little bit. Just enough to where it'll fit.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake?
And there we go. Just like that, it fits in, guys. So what we're going to do is repeat that on the other headlight, and we should have smooth sailing from there. So now that we got it all drilled out and ready to go and it fits perfectly, what we're going to do is go ahead and slip the projector on. Again, you're going to want to go ahead and put on one of the supplied rubber washers, slip it on there, and run the wires through one of those little holes that you have. And that's in pretty much for the most part. All we gotta do is move to the back now. But that's what we got so far. Cool? Okay guys, so moving on to the back side. We have the threading sticking through. So what we're gonna do is take one of these metal back platings. Now I did try and fit them on earlier. There wasn't enough room for them. So what I'm probably gonna do is just use the washer, the lock washer, and the actual, you know, the bulb housing or the bulb holder. Just because there really isn't that much real estate for me to work with here, like putting plates and stuff on. So I can probably just get away with just the washer, just to hold it in place, because that needs to be on there. So I can probably do without the metal washers, just because I have a rubber one on the inside. So it should be fine. So what you're going to do is start threading the washer, or whatever you have, or whatever your method you're doing. And you got to be careful with this washer, because once it goes on, it does not come back off. Okay. Think I'm good. Okay, so that's good enough for now. So I am running out of thread room, being that I was only trying to use this. It was going into this little socket that I wouldn't be able to, I mean, it had so much wiggle room that it still wasn't tightening down. I wouldn't be able to turn it anymore. So we're going to attempt to try it again with one of these little washers, but it's going to be a little difficult to get it to catch, because we still got to be able to get the light bracket in there, which obviously isn't going to work. I guess what we're going to have to do is just keep doing what we're doing and try and get as far as we can, and that might be all we can do. Maybe try this one. Doesn't really fit on there either. What about the back side? Yeah guys, so none of these washers actually work, so that's kind of an issue. I guess we'll just try again with the lock ring and get as far as we can go, and that might be it. I don't even, there's not going to be any wiggle room to even put a socket in there and tighten it down more. So we're just going to have to try and get it as good as we can. I mean, I'm sure I can get creative with the tools and twist it, but as of right now, that's about as far as I can get. Guys, you put this lock ring on. I'll redo it like this. Then you put your 3 screws back in, and that's good to go. So obviously you're going to go ahead and repeat this process for the second headlight, and when that's all said and done, we can go ahead and move on to the next step. Alright guys, here we are. So today we're going to be installing the shroud. I had to wait a couple days until this came in, so this came in straight from the Retrofit source. It's their mini Gatling gun black series. So basically what the shroud does, it just sits over the actual projector and just protects, you know, all the outside components. So it'll sit on there, look nice and flush and nice and clean, leaving you just the nice, awesome lens. For putting on the shroud, we're gonna need to pick up some JB weld. Basically what this is gonna do is hold the shroud actually in place. The last thing we wanna do is have the shroud sitting on there and have the headlight all put back together and over some kind of bump, speed bump or whatever, and this shakes off and falls off inside your headlight that you've already sealed. So basically that's just prevent that from happening. Just make sure it's nice and snug. So we're gonna mix these two together. I got this from AutoZone, by the way. I think it was like $5.
Do you feel the fire inside of me? Do you see the sparks that I'm setting free? Does the beat take you over? You just can't breathe.
And then we're just going to apply it to the outside of the housing. And that's it guys, so we're gonna let that go ahead and cure for about 4 to 6 hours. That way it's, you know, hardened, stays in place, and we're good to go. This is the next day. The shrouds have set and they are nice and firm and good to go. Earlier I went ahead and tested all the lights, the demon eyes, everything checks out, everything works. So now the final step is just dusting off everything and putting everything back together. So we'll go ahead and do that right now.
Don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. Just start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down.
Alright guys, welcome back. The sealant has cured for over 24 hours and they are ready to go back onto the vehicle. As you can see, it came out really clean, looks really good. What I did was I went ahead and added some extra sealant around the edges just because I had a moisture problem last time I opened these headlights, so I just wanted to repeat that process and make sure, you know, overkill. So yeah guys, it's time to go ahead and put these guys on the vehicle. I got all the wiring ready, laid out and ready to go. So I'll show you guys the finished product after this. I don't want to bore you with the wiring. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just plug and play. So